Hi friends, it's Miss Jenifer at Somerset Academy of Music, and today we're going to be talking about how to play an E minor scale. Now first of all, we want to remember that there are three forms of minor scales. There's the natural, the harmonic, and the melodic. I'll be taking you through all the letter names and fingerings for each one of those forms, how to play them 1 octave and 2 octaves. So let's get started with the E natural minor. Now, first thing we need to know is that E minor, the key of E minor and the E minor scale, have F sharp in the key signature. E minor is also the relative minor of G major, which also has that same key signature of F sharp. That's how they're related. So let's take a look at the notes in the right hand. They are as follows: E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. On the way down, that's E, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E. The fingering is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the way down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Great, let's take a look at the left hand. And I'm just going to go through the finger numbers since we already went through the letter names in the right hand, and the left hand letters will be exactly the same. We're going to start on our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your third, 2, 1. On the way down, that's 1, 2, 3. Tuck your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now let's check out how we put them together. So the big difference, as always, when we put hands together is where do our thumbs go. This is one of those scales where the thumbs will not play at the same time. The left hand thumb is going to land on B, and the right hand thumb is going to land on A. So that's the spot where it's always tricky. A little bit of practice, you'll have it in no time. This is how we put the E natural minor scale together. E, F sharp, G. We're going to tuck our right hand thumb under to A, and then B. Our left hand third finger is going to cross over to C, D, E. On the way back down, it's E, D, C. Tuck our left hand thumb under, B, A. Cross our third finger over to G, F sharp, E. Okay, so that's our natural minor 1 octave scale. Let's move on to the harmonic minor. Now, the harmonic minor is going to have everything the same that we just played, same fingering, still F sharp. The only thing that's different when we have the harmonic form of a minor scale, the only thing that we do differently is the 7th note of the scale is going to be raised a half step, which in this case is going to be a sharp. So the 7th note of the E minor scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the D. And so instead of playing D, when we play the harmonic minor, we're going to play D sharp. So when we say we raise a note or sharp a note, that means that we move to the very next key to the right, 1 key higher. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks and sounds like with the right hand E harmonic minor scale. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D sharp, E, D sharp, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E. So all the fingering was the same. The only difference between the natural minor and the harmonic minor is that raised 7th note of the scale. Okay, let's check it out with the left hand. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D sharp, E, D sharp, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E. And here's what it looks like when we put it together. Again, we're using the same fingering. The only thing that's changed is the D sharp. Here's what it looks like together. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D sharp, E, D sharp, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E. All right, we've got one more form to cover, and that's the melodic minor. The melodic minor is going to raise the 6th and the 7th note of the scale, which are C and D in this case, up a half step. So we raise them, and they'll be playing the C sharp and the D sharp, but only on the way up. Only the ascending form has the 2 notes raised. When we come back down, when we descend, when we play the melodic minor, we're going to go back to the natural form. So that means the C and the D will not be raised. The F sharp will stay unchanged through both up and down. That will not change. So let's look at it with the right hand. Here's the harmonic, this is the melodic minor form of E minor. Here we go. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, D natural, C natural, B, A, G, F sharp, E. Okay? Here's what it is with the left hand. Same thing, we're going to raise 6th and 7th on the way up, not raised on the way down. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E. We put them together. Here's our sharps, not sharped on the way down. Same fingering, just a little change in 2 of the keys, which gives it a really interesting sound. That's what's fun about minor scales. All right, let's talk about how to do this 2 octaves. Now, with the E minor scale, basically all we're going to do is we're going to want to create the same thing in the first octave. Same thing happens in the second octave. The only thing that's different is the transition between the 2 octaves. There's a little tiny change in the fingering. And this is where people get confused and have trouble, is knowing where to put your thumbs and what to do when you come to a spot when you cross over. Well, there's some tricks that can help with that, and I'm going to show that with you. On the way up, we're going to want to think about where we put our right hand thumb. So on the way up, we're going to want to remember that our right hand thumb starts on E, and it also lands on A. So every time we get to an E or an A, our right hand thumb is going to play that note. That's going to be the most helpful if you think about that on the way up. The left hand, you're going to want to think about where your thumb goes on the way down. Your left hand thumb, when it's up on top, is going to play E and B. So remembering that your thumb goes on E and B is on the way down with your left hand, you're going to find the most helpful. The third thing that we need to remember that's going to help us is where to put our third fingers. So our third fingers are going to play always at the same time. So how that is helpful, for example, is if you're coming up, I'll just show you with 1 octave here. We're coming up and we get to a spot where we need to cross over. I can see that my right hand has my third finger on C. Since our third fingers play at the same time, that means I want to put my left hand third finger on C. So we know to cross our third finger here, not our fourth finger, not our second finger. So it just takes away that confusion to know that you're going to play your third finger and see where those spots kind of line up. Okay, so we're starting with both hands on E. We remember that our right hand thumb goes on A. Here we're at a cross point, third finger, so we're going to make this hand third finger. We know that both thumbs play E, F sharp, and since I'm using my second finger here, my left hand's going to cross 4, not 3. My right hand thumb goes on A. Here's a cross point. I'm playing 3 in my right, so I'll make it 3 in my left. On the way down, I'm going to remember that my left hand thumb goes on E and B. Here's B, so I'm going to tuck my thumb. Now I'm at a cross point. My left hand's playing 3, so my right hand's going to cross 3. Both thumbs on E. Another cross point. Here's a 2, so that means I'm going to cross my 4, not my 3. My left hand thumb goes on B. Cross point, both 3s. Okay, so I'm going to play that through a little smoother without all the talking so you can see what that looks like. But again, I'm still using knowing where my thumbs go, putting my third fingers at the same time. I promise you it will make it so much easier. Okay, so that is the E natural minor 2 octaves. Now let's take a look at what it looks like when we do the harmonic minor 2 octaves. Remember, the only thing we're changing is that we're going to put our, we're going to play D sharp instead of D natural. Fingering, those rules that I just went over, they still apply. Remember where your thumbs go, and remember that third fingers are at the same time. Here is the E harmonic minor scale. Our final form, which is the E melodic minor scale. And remember, we're going to raise our 6th and 7th a note of the scale, which in the key of E minor, it's C and D. We're going to, instead of playing C and D, we're going to play C sharp and D sharp on the way up, on the way down. we're going to take them back to their natural form, which is C natural and D natural. All right, here we go. There's our sharps, sharp, sharp. Now, the C and D will not be sharped on the way down, but F sharp will stay sharped. So there we have it. There's our three forms of the E minor scale, our natural, our harmonic, and our melodic scale, 1 and 2 octaves. So I would definitely recommend learning 1 octave first, get that mastered, and then go back, watch the video again, and learn how to put it together 2 octaves. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends and family. And if you have any ideas about other videos or topics that you would like me to cover, please leave those in the comments below. You have a blessed day, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.